So one of my treats at the end of a hard day's work is Gogen. You have to find all these words and they all have to be in there. So we start with bench, so the E must be on one of these three. Enquiry. Enquire. So the R's going to be there. And the N and the U are both going to be connected to the U, to the Q. And the I is going to have to be one of these two. So in fact, the U is going to be there, and the R is going to be there. But the N is still connected to the... Right, see that? So we do Gogen. Fading, the A has got to be one of these three to connect to that. We haven't got any other letters from it. But nothing really. Joy. No, we've got an O that will connect to that Y there. Pixel. It's a nice word to be having there. Nope, nothing there really. Stalk. S, the T is going to be on that nexus there, isn't it? Stalk, here's our R, and the O is connected to the Y as well as the T, so the O can't be further around than this, so the O is going to have to be there, otherwise it can't. Oh wait a minute, ST, yeah, that's right, it can't be further around than that, so it's got to be one of those three. Stalk. Storming Norman. What does that mean? No, I can't find Storming Norman. Trove. O. There's a V there, look. And the O's got to connect to it, and it's one of these three, so it's going to have to be that one, isn't it? So we've finally got a letter. The O of Trove. And the E there, that connects to that B, is going to have to be one of these two, because it also needs to connect to that V. So we can move that there now, and it's only 2 instead of the 3 it was before. Wrinkle. W-R-I. We've already got those connected-ish. N. There's a few other words with N's in that might be able to look at it in minute. Wrinkle. There's the there. That doesn't really help us. But look, so we've got, if we're just looking at the N for a minute, we've got the I connected to it, we've got the K connected to it, we've got the E connected to it, we've got the C connected to it, we've got the Q connected to it, we've got the G connected to it, and surely that's got to be it. Yeah, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters are connected to that N. How many of those letters are visible? The Q is visible. We haven't got the G. We haven't got the C. We haven't got the E. We haven't got the K. We haven't got the I. So we need 5 blanks around that N. So it can't be here, it can't be here, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. Can't be here, here. It's got to be basically one of these ones in this diamond shape to be able to have 5 unknown letters around it. So that's interesting. That's an interesting bit of logic I've never done before. So we're going to go back to the beginning now, bench, and see what's changed. B-E-N-C-H, enquiry, E-N. Oh, look, if the E is going to be one of these two, then the N can't be further than that, so that means the N will have to be one of those 3 to get to the Q and the N, and the E, I mean. So we're getting closer with this N. And in fact, it can't be there because we've got to have the 5 unknowns. It could be there. Can't be there. It's got to be this one because that's the only one that's got 5 spaces around it with nothing in them. for these letters. These letters. G, C, E, K, I. Needed those 5 around it. So we've got our N by logic, sheer deduction. And that's probably going to help everything else fall into place. So we got to inquiry, didn't we? So the E, there it is. You see it's one of those two. It's got to connect to that N. So we now know that that's there. So we've got the E. N, K, U. And the U was one of these 3, so it's got to be there. The I was one of these, so it's got to be there. And the R's got to get to that Y now next, so we're going to put it there on that nexus, that between those two. See how much got done there. I told you it was all going to fall into place when we found the N. Fading. F-A-D. Oh, well, look, there's a D there. I didn't spot that before, so the A's got to be one of them too. So fade, I, N, and the G. Well, the G could be any of these 3 is one of the ones on the with the N. Even cross them off on our diagram here as well, the ones that we found. G, C, and K. This is going to be G, C, and K, these 3 here, because they're the only ones left on the N. Right, fading that was. Joy. No, the J is going to be a final letter to go in, probably pixel. There's the I, X, E. What else has got an L in it? Nothing. What else has got a P in it? Nothing. Okay, so that's just going to be a hole. We're just going to find a space left over where the P can go, where the J can go. Stalk. Stalk. S-T-O-R-K. We know that the K is one of the ones around this E. Is it? Actually, I'm not convinced it is now. Oh no, it's around the N I meant. Sorry, around the N. Okay, so stork. Well, the only way that that can possibly happen is if the K is there. It's the only place it can be. It's got to connect to the N, but it's also got to get from the O to the K. So the R will be there or there. I think we said the R is one of these, and then it became one of these, so it's going to have to be this one here for stalk. So we've got everything but the T for stalk. So we've got the K there, and we've got the R now. Storming Norman. Look, the M has got to go there. Yeah, it simply isn't another space for it. Storming, which means that the A ends up there, so we can cross off the M and the A. Just logic, just deduction. Storming. Well, the G is going to be one of those 2. The only thing I know it connects to is the N, so it's just going to be one of those 2. I don't know about the T though. Storming, stalk. Yep, nothing else doing on that. Trove. Trove. Ah, there's the R. So the T is going to have to be there. T-R-O-V-E. We've got trove now. We've got the T. Trove. And where were we? Storming. Haven't got the G yet. Cut. We've got stalk. Right, where did we get to? Wrinkle again. Well, the W is going to have to be here. It's the only one left that connects to the R. W-R-I-N. And then to get to K-L-E, it's going to have to be K-L-E like that. That's the only way. There's the K and the L. Oh, I seem to have the K crossed off already. That's strange. Oh no. It was there. Okay, so that's not a K there. Whew, that was close. Yeah. Okay, so have we got wrinkle though? Yes, we've got wrinkle. We do have it. Bench. B-E-N. C's got to be there to get to the H. Bench is done. C is done. Enquiry. E-N-Q-U-I. X-D-I-N. Ah, look, the G had to be one of these two, didn't it? And so it's going to be the top one now. It's the only one left for fading. Okay, and now we've got joy. Yep, the J, as I said, it'll only have one slot left. It'll just go in. Pixel, I said the same about that P. It's only got one place left. It can go P-I-X-E-L. And Storming Norman, S-T-O-R-M-I-N-G. G is for Gogen.